Hello, I'm Simon Whistler. You're watching Today I Found Out, and in the video today we're looking at why are buffalo wings called buffalo wings. And before we get started, I will tell you that support for this video comes from TunnelBear, the easy way to add an extra layer of security to your online browsing, banking or shopping. Try it free with no credit card required at tunnelbear.com/brainfood. Unsurprisingly, neither the origin of the name nor the food item itself have anything to do with actual buffalo, nor American bison, which many people call buffalo, even though they are not. While people have seemingly been spicing up chicken meat since as long as humans have been eating the delicious birds, the genesis of the buffalo wing as we know it goes through Buffalo, New York. Most foodstorians indicate buffalo wings probably were first served in the Anchor bar there. Frank and Teresa Bellissimo owned the bar, which they had purchased in 1939. In 1964, Teresa, she had an idea. Why not fry chicken wings and serve them in a hot sauce? That said, different stories come from all of the primary persons involved in terms of how she came up with the idea. First, it's claimed that Dominic Bellissimo, Frank and Teresa's son, came in one night with a group of friends who were looking for a quick snack. Teresa was preparing some chicken stock for soups and sauces and decided to put the chicken wings into broil instead, which she then presented to the boys. Dominic Bellissimo, well, he told a different story. One Friday night, the bar was particularly busy. As they attracted a mostly Catholic patronage, he thought he'd bring out something for them at midnight, when they could eat this sort of meat again. At the time, many Catholics stuck to eating only fish and vegetables every Friday. He presented this idea to his mother, who found what she could in the kitchen, and that happened to be chicken wings. Then there's another story, which Frank told the New Yorker in 1980, and this does seem to be the most plausible one. This was that the bar had ordered a shipment of wings by accident. They had been expecting other parts of the chicken and simply didn't know what to do with them. This was when his wife started experimenting in the kitchen to see what she could whip up so that the wings wouldn't go to waste. Whatever the case, the stories coalesce on this point. After spending some time experimenting in the kitchen, Teresa came out with fried wings smothered in a special hot sauce. She also served these wings with blue cheese dressing and a few celery sticks. Needless to say, the crowd, whether it was Dominic's friends, hungry Catholics, or just their normal patrons, they loved them. Soon buffalo wings were a staple on the menu, and news of the tasty dish came to the attention of many Buffalonians. At least, this is the official version of events. You see, there was a 1969 in-depth article done on the Anchor bar by the Courier Express, and if you go read it, you'll find that nowhere in there do they mention chicken wings being served at said bar, a food item the restaurant was supposedly famous for at this point. This brings us to a man named John Young, who threw buffalo wing history a curveball by saying that he invented the wings. Indeed, his restaurant, Wings and Things, started serving chicken wings with his special hot mambo sauce in the mid-1960s. The main difference between Young's wings and the Bellissimo's wings was simply that Young's were breaded and whole, while the Bellissimo's chopped their wings in half to make them easier to eat with your hands, and then left them unbreaded. A local poultry distributor did come forward to say that both parties started buying a large number of chicken wings around the same time, but he of course saw no reason to keep records to prove who started buying the large quantities first. When former Buffalo Mayor Stan Mikowski announced that July the 29th was to be declared National Chicken Wing Day in 1977, he chose to cite the Bellissimos as the inventors, though of course he offered no real basis for his choice. Since then, there has actually been some small grumblings because Young is a black man, and in the 1970s, perhaps it wasn't a popular idea to give him the credit. Young also stated that the invention of the buffalo wing wasn't so much of a leap for him. He noted that he grew up in an African-American household and community where, according to him, chicken wings were a common dinner item, unlike elsewhere at the time where it was more common not to eat the chicken wing directly, but use them in the preparation of sauces and soups. The real innovation, then, in his opinion, was simply the special Mamba hot sauce. Whatever the case, buffalo wings remained a regional thing for quite some time. In the 1980 New Yorker article that interviewed the Bellissimos, the author noted that New Yorkers returning home from a few months away had to get their wing fix because they couldn't anywhere else. However, over time, other restaurants serving the wings began to pop up. Buffalo Wild Wings is a great example of how buffalo wings spread to different parts of the country. It was founded by a man who spent some time in Buffalo before moving to Ohio. Unable to find a good place to get buffalo wings, he and a friend opened up their own restaurant in Columbus in 1982. The restaurant chain, which prides itself on 16 different buffalo wing sauces, now has at least one restaurant in every state in the United States, and also has stores in Canada. And, of course, well, who can forget Hooters, which was founded in 1983 with spicy chicken wings a central feature on its menu. That said, this spreading of the buffalo wing was relatively slow until American football stepped in. So what happened? Well, from 1990 to 1993, the Buffalo Bills made it to the Super Bowl for 4 consecutive seasons. During this time, the media covering the team also did features videos on the region itself, including talking quite a bit about local foods and particularly highlighting the spicy fried chicken wings. From there, buffalo wings saw a huge surge in popularity, including becoming a traditional snack to eat while watching American football. Alright, so I really hope you enjoyed that video. Let me quickly tell you about TunnelBear. Well, let me tell you a story, because I was recently in a country with a less than open internet, China, and I found that a bunch of services that I use regularly, they weren't so happy about me using them, and they simply wouldn't let me log in. Well, TunnelBear to the rescue, because I used TunnelBear to make them think that I was nice and safely browsing from Europe. Plus, it also made it safe for me to use other sites like internet banking, etc., without any of my private data leaking out to whoever might be watching. And another thing you can use TunnelBear for that, if I'm quite honest, I didn't do, but I totally should have, is, there's that unfair location-based pricing thing that some hotel or travel companies do. Well, you can use TunnelBear to get around that by simply making them think that you're in another country altogether. When you download the TunnelBear app and turn it on, well, two things happen. The first is that your connection is encrypted, and then your public IP address gets switched for a private IP address in the country of your choice. TunnelBear, it has award-winning apps for iOS, Android, PC, and Mac. And you can get free monthly data with no credit card required when you sign up at tunnelbear.com/brainfood. That helps support this show, and thank you to TunnelBear for supporting this episode. And well, thank you for watching.